Welcome, everyone. Today we are having a very great opportunity to have a wonderful guest here to talk about STEM. And when we talk about STEM, we talk about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And the guest is our engineer, and we'll talk about the opportunities which are available. But more importantly, we'll be talking about you, either you are a parent or you are a brother, you are a sister, you are uncle. How can you be able to help others to become or to go to the STEM? But we know there are so many people in different countries, especially developing countries, who have degrees in mathematics, engineering, but they are waiting just for the green card lottery. They forget that there are other opportunities they can be able to excel or get them. So today we have a guest who will be talking about a little bit about our story, but and how you can be able to get this type of jobs. Because I usually tell people, if you come here on my YouTube channel or you come to America, find a way to get into science and technology, become a nurse, become an engineer, become IT expert instead of this social science. So the better example, we have our guests. Welcome to the EBM Scholars Show.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate I've been seeing you. You are my mentor in absentia. I've
Thank you.
learned a lot from you. I watch your videos and I've learned a lot where you talk about just how to become a good YouTuber. And thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate.
Thank you. So to start with, where are you right now on this particular interview?
Wow. So I'm in Los Angeles, California. That's where I'm bouncing from. And viewers, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you're watching from. And thank you so much, viewers, for having me here on EBM Scholars.
And for people who do not know more about you, you are also a YouTuber. And for your name over there, I say Girls for STEM USA. So the first thing, can you tell people what you do on that kind of platform?
Wow. Thank you so much for that question. Yes. So I'm a YouTuber. And I've also got a nonprofit organization. But on the YouTube, guys, this is where I encourage girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So let me just go back a little bit. What is a STEM? So STEM are just names. They mean science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So there are very few women that are pursuing STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And on this channel, it's not that we are only encouraging girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We are also appealing to boys, young boys, to also pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And what do we do on this channel? So, on this channel, guys, we are trying to educate the whole world to say that girls can pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and also to showcase them how can they pursue this career, and also to educate parents and guardians, whoever is taking care of our children, that they can pursue STEM, because we believe mothers, guardians, educators, the industry have a greater impact in encouraging girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we reach out to kids in school community, providing awareness involving, the parents and also the industry and the companies. We also want to start providing scholarships, guys, for STEM. These are some of the resources, and not only showing you other people who are providing these scholarships, but also we want to start providing these scholarships, and also to provide continuous mentorship, because you need to understand, how do I, a mother could be asking, how can I encourage my daughter, my son, to pursue science, technology, and engineering and mathematics? This is where we show you how you can do that. We are going to talk about that later on in the program. So yes, this is what we do on this channel. So including boys, guys. For example, myself, I was mentored by men for me to become an engineer. So we are not letting you boys, you're also part of this. You're also a part of this venture. So thank you so much. And yes, so that's what we do. And we have so many resources on this channel where we show you exactly how can a parent encourage the girls to pursue science and technology, and also to show you technology itself. Guys, we rarely see it. So I'm in that position to show you what's out there. Are we going to space? When are we going to Mars? um, what other things are going on? So this channel will provide you with all those resources. Yes, EBM. So that's what we do. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. Uh, we'll be also taking some questions after the main presentation. The main question I'm going to ask you, then we'll receive some questions from other people.
Yes.
Okay, so how long have you been here in the United States? And if that's the case, have you been all the time only in California or in other states?
So I first came as a visitor, guys, from Africa, Zambia. That's where I'm born. I'm born in Zambia. So if there are any Zambians here, kudos, guys. And anyone, Africa, motherland, love you guys, kudos. So I came from Africa, just like you guys, in Zambia as a visitor. And then I came through Indianapolis. That's where I came. And after that, you want to follow technology. You hear, California, that's where the
Yeah.
technology is, guys. And yes, that's where it is. Have you heard about the Silicon Valley, guys? That's where the brain power that makes, tell me about anything, guys. It's in Silicon Valley here in California. So you know what? We decided, me and my husband, we decided, let's go where? To California, where the technology is. This is where we can get into the technology and tap it. So sometimes you have to fight to get where it is. So we got here, and now we've been in California, I would say, for close to 20 years, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. But to come to the United States was not your first time to go to the Western countries.
It was the first time.
No, like Western countries, like to go to Europe, to other countries, or was the first time to go out of Zambia to Western world?
Yes, it was the first time. When I came to United States now gave me that privilege to visit other countries as well. But yes, United States was the first one, and I came from Africa, and I didn't even know I can pursue this career, engineering, guys. So this is a topic you want to really hear. I didn't know. I just came like any other ordinary person, and I came here to United States, and then I realized what opportunities are here, a ton of them.
Was it for you coming to the United States by accident, or it was your dream to come to the United States?
It was a dream that I dreamed of. I wish I kept a picture, guys, so you can see how I used to look by that time. I wish I could have brought it here, but it was a dream. You know, where you just dream, your brain is saying there is something out there that I need to know. Your brain will be telling you that there is something that you want to know. That's what I was feeling. And when I came here, I looked around, I said, wow, there are so many opportunities which are there even now for you guys.
That's very, very good to hear. Uh, when you arrived in the United States, you came as a visitor.
Mhm.
Did you imagine or thought that I'm coming as a visitor, but I might spend possibly the rest of my life here, or I'm just visiting, then I'm going back to Lusaka?
Heck no. Once I got here, I realized there were so many opportunities. I said, no, I have to explore these opportunities. Because sometimes, when you look back home at that time, there were no all those privileges and opportunities. And, your mind is telling you, even you guys, do you feel like sometimes you feel your brain is like, I can do so much, and then you want to explore your inner gut telling you. And that's what I was feeling. I didn't know it, but it was in my gut that there is something I want to know, there is something I want to explore. And I know if I get to America, this, it will give me an opportunity. And I want to thank United States of America. I am so privileged for what America has done for me, and I thank you so much. And yes, that's what I can say, guys. God is really great.
Uh, you started, or you went to the engineering very late, if we say late, because there is no late, but you didn't just started as a young girl in Africa, go to become a doctor, and so you started to become in science and technology very later years of your life. Was part of it because you see the opportunities in America, or it was also your dream one day to become engineer or become a doctor or become something in technology, and you didn't have opportunity growing up in Zambia?
Wow, that's a very good question. Thank you so much for asking me about that. When I talk about that, I become very emotional. I didn't know that I can become an engineer because, when you're in Africa, you don't know even your capacity, but there is something in your gut. So when I was in Africa, I got a privilege to, of course, to go to a college. So I had a background of production management when I was in Africa. When I got here, I didn't know I can be an engineer. So when I looked at the opportunities, so I was like, wow, I can go to the college, to community college. So, guys, I'm a product of a community college. EBM has been talking about colleges and scholarships coming here in America, especially community colleges. Most people think they can just come to university directly. There is also opportunity to start as a community college, because community college gives you it equalizes you with American standards. So you are not going to struggle when you go to the university. So that's where I started from a community college, guys. I went there, I wrote prerequisites. When you write the prerequisites, they put you in a place where you can now enter into the college. So I went there just to go and check what level am I at. So I went to write English, and I also went to write
Mathematics.
mathematics. So when you pass those two classes, guys, they place you in a place where you can start from. After they placed me from that point, guys, I now equalized with the American standards. And now I started growing up together with American standard to compete with them competitively in terms of understanding things, in terms of things that resources that they have. So it's a very good point of starting your education. I didn't know I can make it. Even when I was in the college, I was saying, what am I doing? And that's why the reason I have Girls for STEM USA on my channel, guys, encouraging you to pursue engineering, because I went through it. I couldn't believe I was going to make it. I stumbled. I didn't know, am I doing the right thing? Will I make it? But guess what, guys? Once you're in a community college, you've been brought already to the normal standards to compete competitively, to start going one step at a time. You finish the community college, I'm sure EBM talks about this a lot of time.
Yeah.
Then you go to the university, and there are so many sponsorship and scholarship. I also got a scholarship, guys. It's called aauw.org. I got a scholarship from them that paid for me when I went to university. So I didn't pay for myself, apart from also the FAFSA that they offer. But I got a scholarship, and that's why I go Viva EBM for the scholarship that you talk about, because yes, it's true, I'm a byproduct of it.
Thank you for sharing that. Uh, Now you finish school.
Yes.
But before you finish school, obviously, we know in America, we tell people you have to work and study. But in Africa, we study only mainly like because it's full-time student. But here you are full-time, but you have to work.
Yes.
What was your first job in America? If you
Wow.
go to make that reflection.
So my first job, I come in America because I have a little bit of education. You know, you're coming from Africa with all that ignorance. Okay.
You are coming to be a
So I'm
manager.
not ashamed, guys. I'm not ashamed. So I came with that ignorance from Africa, and then people are saying you can do this, you can do this, you can do it. So I'm looking at the options. Then I said, me, I don't want to do anything. I want to work in the office with them. I want to work in
Yeah.
the office with them. So that's what was my target. So I started looking for a job in the office. Guys, I got it as a billing, and
Yeah.
data entry. That's what I started working as a data entry, entering data for a laboratory. For the insurance, I was entering. So I'm just looking. I worked there, guys, for about 10 years. And you remember, I come about here, just above teenager in the 25, 27, somewhere there. That's when I'm coming. And then I work for 10 years in that billing place. And there are these opportunities. Then one day I just woke up. I said, why am I getting this $8 an hour every day? $8.15. When they increased, it went to $12. And here in America, you can have a car, you can have meal on the table. I am having a good life, but not the one that I know I can have. So I decide, I look around, I see there are opportunities. I'm like, these are opportunities. Why am I just here doing this job? Guys, that's when I decided to go to the uh, um, to the community college to go and write the prerequisite, and then I got into school. So now I get into the university, guys. So whilst I'm at the university, I'm going to share something also, because I just don't want to pass it as a foreigner or a student from another country. Involve yourself in voluntary work. EBM talks about voluntary work a lot. And I saw the video that he produced recently about volunteering. That's really excellent. Guys, you need to make sure you watch it. So I volunteered at school doing research. It doesn't matter what that professor is doing. So I started working. Why did I do that? I'm a foreigner in this country. They need to trust me that I can work when I become an engineer. So I had to start interning at school. um, it's more like internship, but I'm working with a professor, helping in the lab, cleaning in the lab, preparing samples for the students before they come, just doing a lot of things. I'm learning how they prepare samples, how they are doing chemistry, things like that. So that built my resume. It's building my resume. It's building my resume. So, and then we get into research. I get now into research. Now they accept me into research. Now I even start doing research later on, because I was a program that was offering that. So I even published a paper later on. You can check
Wow.
it. If you go on Google, you just type in my name, Kirsten Malama, you will see there's a paper that I produced afterwards. But let me go back, because I went forward. So during that time, I'm building my resume. I start mentoring kids to help them when they come to the university, how they can look for resources around. I'm being useful, guys. I'm building my resume. So by the time I'm finishing my engineering, guys, I am not blank. And if you go on my YouTube, I talk about this. I tell everyone, please go. You don't have to get paid. Get to there's a one that I talk about, internship. Make sure you look for a professor that you can help to help in the lab. Help him. These professors, some of them, they work, guys. They do other stuff. So you want to approach a professor and help, ask if you can do any internship with him, helping, even if you're not getting paid. So by the time I'm finishing my school, I have a good resume. So just before I finish my school, guys, I started applying for internship. When I applied for internship, guys, guess what? Right away, I was taken to work for a company that makes valves for the control engine system for the plane. The plane
Wow.
has valves. Yes, for the control unit, the computer on the
Yeah.
where the cockpit. So they make valves. That company. So I was right away employed, and that was I would say, my first job. And when I worked from there, so my resume is building. From school, it's building up. I work for that company. I worked for like almost like 7 months. That is loaded to get me into another work. So after that internship finished, guys, I applied for another a company that makes fuselage. You know the plane? Now the
Yeah.
fuselage, that thing you see when you sit inside, the metal that they use. So I worked there, and then I wanted to work for space missions for a long time. I said, God, I can't work for NASA. But can you bless me if I can just work for space missions one day, space systems? And guys, God gave me my wish. So from there, I applied for a very good company that also works with all these companies that are going to space, that provides very robust kinematics that deploys in space. That's where I'm working right now.
Thank you. And one of the bigger thing you mentioned in on your explanation
Mhm.
is don't get settled and get satisfied for smaller things, which in African context it might look good life, but here they are still normal standards because we come from normal life. Most of us are poor. So for you owning the car in Africa, you always good life, having a good bed, good whatever, having a good phone, good laptop, having Wi-Fi, internet high
Yes.
speed. Those look like good stuff, but here they are basic things. So you come here, your salary was 1 million or whatever currency we're using there, but it is $400, $500 per month. You come here, you work McDonald's, you work in normal jobs, you get $2,000 per month. It is easier to get satisfied.
Mhm.
But at one point, say, no, this is not me. This is not why I came to America. Now you are engineer at Space Mission. That's what we tell people. And that's why we like people like you to come share their stories, because all the time you come to these countries, don't just come here to leave the bottom of the life. Better stay back to your home country in Africa, wherever it is, than coming here to even be the worst, because if you make any stupid mistake, it's not you are destroying the entire Africa. You are ambassador for what you are doing right now. So, oh man, Africans are smart. Because of you around people, you have become a good ambassador for the rest of Africans. So people will be hired and trusted because of you. So thank you
Wow.
for what you were sharing and encouraging all other people. Another thing I want to ask you is this way. I usually tell people, the day you arrive on the first airport in the United States of America, you have to make one decision: that am I going to stay here for the rest of my life, or will I be going back to my home country? Why I usually tell people that way is
Mhm.
because it helps you to choose what career you want to do. It
Yes.
helps you to use the resources, like should I buy the land in my country and build a house to go to visit? How
Yes.
many times will you be visiting if you are staying here permanently? Or should I get the money and the work experience and go and invest in my home country when I'm going back to my home country? So at what stage did you make the decision, on the first day or before you arrive, or after how long you said, man, this will be the rest of my life, I'll be here in America? When did you make that decision?
That is a very good question, EBM. In life, you have to be a decision maker. There will be times when you see things they don't look good. Still, you have to make a decision. You cannot be wishy-washy. And why am I saying that? Being wishy-washy will not take you or make you progress. You have to make certain decisions, because when you make a certain decision, it guides you to where you're going to start going. You cannot be in a certain decision you're here, and you are in another decision you're here, and in another decision when are you going? Because certain channels, you hit one road, there are things to start doing in that road. So how can you not make decisions? So when I would say the decision was back home. I know some people, they have a back home and they make a decision, but they're not really making a decision. When they come here, they face challenges. Guess what they do? They opt out. I'll tell you, I have had so many challenges. I feel emotional. It's not easy to get to a place where you are. It's not easy. there are so many roadblocks to get to a place before you get to that place. So you make a decision. It's like when you enter into marriage, you make a decision for better, for worse. It's the same thing. You come to United States, you make a decision. I want to stay in this career until I finish. So that's the decision I made. I made at home. And when I came here, I also made another decision. I said, I have come here to stay. I want to get this resource. I want to be able to achieve it and completely, finally, become what I want to be. So that's the decision you have to make once and for all. Why am I saying you have to make a decision? You cannot be wishy-washy. You can be wishy-washy and you lose that spot. It's like a spot, you're in a queue going to buy something. Then suddenly you're like, let me rest. Or let me go to the bathroom. Or let me go. I don't know if you guys watch SpongeBob. SpongeBob was in a queue getting out of Bikini Bottom. Make sure you watch SpongeBob. It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's in a queue trying to get out of Bikini Bottom. He wants to go somewhere else. He's waiting for a bus. Now, whilst he's waiting for a bus, he looks somewhere. The bus passes. He finds the bus has just gone. He was really stressed. So that's what I'm trying to say. Try to make sure you can make a decision once and for all. You are in that queue, get to the end of it. It doesn't mean you're going to have, it will be all roses. It's tough. But guess what? Once you stick your teeth in there and your nails, you're going to get to the other side of the road. So I made decisions and I made the same decision and I made the same decision. And even today, I'm still making the same decision. And that's why I would like to say, being not to be wishy-washy, but once you make a decision, you stick to it, because in that decision there will be other decisions that you have to make. So if you are wishy-washy, how can you advance, or how can you get to the other side of the road? It's very difficult.
If I ask you, do you have any regret for 20 plus years now you are in America, that I might go back to my country, Africa? I'm tired of this, is too much. Not like I want to go there, I want to retire. It's just like, no, like I have some regrets of the decision of spending over 20 years here. I made one video about asking the question, do you have any regret? And I'm asking this one for you because you are also a YouTuber. As YouTubers, we tend to share our immigration path, our migration stories, and other things. One of the things which many YouTubers do not know is sometimes what we talk here can positively or negatively impact someone.
Yes.
So someone might like to come to America because EBM is talking great things about America. And another person who is, I'm not going to America, someone is talking everything is about racism, about difficult life, I didn't get a job, my accent. So do you have any regret of any kind?
If someone said they didn't have any regret, I would be surprised. I have my own regrets. I miss my family. I miss my people. I miss you guys watching me from Africa. I love you so much. I miss my people. I can't see them much often. That's one regret that I would say I've ever had. But I can still go see them. I would say the benefits of me coming here to United States outweigh my regrets. I may have regrets, but still, what brought me here and the things that I've achieved here in United States are more heavier than my regrets. So what I would say is I miss my people because I can't go anytime that I want. What other thing would I look on top of my head? I don't know, EBM. Help me out.
You don't have regret. Trust me.
That's right.
That's why. Yes, we miss some people, whatever, but that is not a regret. You can call them, you get a vacation, you go there.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Guys, in short, I don't have regrets. Sorry to say that. But
Okay,
You
speaking
know,
of
I've
that,
gained.
yeah. When you arrived here,
Mhm.
coming from Zambia life in Tanzania is more or less the same. Malawi
Same,
is more or less the
same.
same. Food-wise is more or less the same.
Yes.
Uh, and the time you came here, we didn't have many things in Africa of westernized food. Myself, I came 2008. Still, I've never seen salad. The hamburger, I saw one in Tanzania. There is only one place they sell hamburger. What type of food you are looking for there? I want to test it. Maybe you heard about that food. And what type of food was difficult for you to, or was it strange for you to find out, are these people eating this type of things?
Yeah.
Like food wise. And after all these years, what food in America you enjoy most and which one you don't enjoy and which one you miss a lot, like back in Africa?
Wow. You know, African countries, we have fish. And that fish, there is a smell. That smell is so natural. And it's very sulky again at the same time to Americans here. I
Yeah.
miss carpenter. We call it carpenter. I miss fish, booger fish. We call it booger. Any Zambians out here, guys, help me
Yeah,
out, guys.
there is
Booger
one
fish,
there
guys.
is
I
one
miss booger
Zambian
fish.
here.
Send me booger fish. I miss booger fish. But what are the food that I enjoy? That's my
That,
brother from Zambia.
yeah, we have Bualia.
Thank you so much for watching, Manga. I told him, I'm like, you better come and watch. So I miss booger fish. I really miss it so much. And carpenter. Those are some of the food that are rarely here. They do have China send some of the carpenter, but it's not as
Yeah.
good as that. And also imfungo. I don't know what I can say imfungo EBM in my country. They are
Okay, the booger fish you are talking about is from Lake Tanganyika.
Yes.
Is Migebuka. That's my hometown.
Yes.
That's what I'm just googling here. Like, what are you talking about? This is the most delicious fish. There is no any fish
My
in
God.
the world better
Please.
than we call it Migebuka.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking. Let me show you on the
Please
screen.
show the people booga
This
booga
is
fish.
Is the
Guys,
fish even like my daughter? Like they were one, two. When they go to, I have to smuggle them to. I have to smuggle them.
did you smuggle the fresh one or the dry one?
No, I just take the fresh one and
cooked it.
deep fry them,
Yes.
and then bring them. Or I can get the one which you use the small like what you use like smoking whatever. Just.
Oh my God. And I haven't seen this in a long while. You're killing me now. This booga
And
fish.
also the sardines from the Lake Tanganyika. So
Yes, yes.
okay, why is it not having a problem to share the screen?
Wow.
You are talking about this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the best fish you'll ever have in your life.
Tasty. I'm appealing to Americans. If you are here, this fish, you need to go to Zambia, Tanzania, that region.
Yeah.
To just go eat this fish. I mean, I can't explain how tasty it is. And EBM, I didn't know that this fish was tasty until I came here in America.
I mean, it is. I went to my hometown in Kigoma because I live from Lake Tanganyika.
Yes.
I was there for almost 8 to 10 days. Every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
I eat fish or sardines. That's all. Until I came back. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Puka fish.
Yeah.
That is the fish I miss. And also there is a fruit called imfungo. It's not in here. So, you know, there are fruits that are grown in equatorial region below the equator, and those that are grown, you know, above the equator. So America doesn't have imfungo. I don't know if you can know imfungo, EBM, but it's a fruit. Very tasty fruit.
We have that one.
Yeah, it should say imfungo. I think it's.
Yeah, you say imfungo fruit. Which one is which one? This one, right?
Not this one. I think
this one.
it should be black in color. It's actually black. Let me see this one, if it could be this one. I'm not sure. It should say imfungo. I
Because
hope they've put it on internet, these guys. That fruit
fungo
is
in English.
amazing. Imfungo.
I don't know which one is that one.
I know. What about the first picture? What is that? Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
looks like, yeah, it looks like
we call
that.
it, is that machined whey or something like that? Yeah, I
Yes,
know then
that's
what you're
the
talking
fungo.
about.
Oh my God, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. In
Wow.
Tanzania, we call
What do you call this one?
not machined whey,
I
whatever it says.
miss
Yeah,
this fruit. And I'm so surprised no one wants to commercialize it. This is organic. It's unadulterated.
yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah, so
the food
those
in
are
US, what are the food in US?
the
You didn't like. No, I'm not going to touch this one. Maybe now you are eating them, and maybe with culture, everything like American food.
shrimp. Zambia is a landlocked country.
Yeah,
We don't have ocean, we only have rivers, so we don't have shrimp, guys. So
I
I
don't eat
didn't know
even.
about shrimp when I first saw it. All these foods that are lobster, even now lobster I can't eat it, but people are ordering it. It's so expensive. But shrimp, at first I was like, no, 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 what is this? I can't eat it. Then someone said, just test it. Just test it. I tested it. Oh my God. It's the best seafood I can ever eat. I love it. My son loves it. And yeah, it's one of the best food. They cook it very nicely. And there are other foods, of course, that I like here in America. A burger is one of them, but I don't play around it so much because then you have to go work out a lot. It's real. So once in a while, we do eat burgers. We do order, especially In and Out. I don't know if you guys have In and Out there in Africa. Do they have In and Out? Because they have McDonald's. Has In
In
and Out
McDonald's,
started?
very few countries, but they have. I've seen a lot of what they call Mary Brown, which is a version of McDonald's, but a British version,
Yes.
kind of that. Burger King, I think, in some countries, but KFC is the most now. Uh, I've seen recently. What is this one? Pizza Hut,
Yes.
Subway, Coffee Bean, 7-Eleven. So they are starting. Yeah. So nowadays, many people who are coming here is becoming easier because most of the food is already there into the system.
Yes.
So
They
you can
already
test.
know it.
Yeah.
Wow.
What food up to now you don't want, even American food you don't eat at all? Like you say, no, I will never
Yeah.
taste this
I
one.
think lobster, I still can't eat, or the seashells. The what do you call those? They are on a scale, on a shell. What do you call?
Is the uh,
Americans like that food.
yeah.
It's like,
I don't like. So I just put there. What do you say, buka buka? So
uh-huh.
in Tanzania we call it migebuka. So not
Oh,
buka
we
buka.
get.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
So it's the
really?
same way. Yeah. So I just posted the comment. But so for me eating migebuka, there
Uh-huh.
is nothing I can come and eat stupid shrimp. So I have a block in my head. Usually I relate food with certain crazy things.
Yes.
So for instance, I don't eat shrimp because if you go doing farming during the time, that time of the rain and other things, there are certain kind of bugs. They look like shrimp, so I don't
Yes.
eat because of that. If you, I don't eat lobster because that is eating scorpion. I don't eat
Yes.
scorpion.
Yeah.
So I don't eat even broccoli because they look like trees. I don't eat cauliflower because they look like a brain. I don't eat this. So everything I associate with is something.
Wow.
And the other thing, because for me, I cook a lot. So
Yes.
I don't have a problem. So I can buy any food, I can buy whatever, I can cook whatever I like to cook myself. So that's why even now there are certain food I don't eat at all. Like I'm
Wow.
very, very picky on the food wise. Okay, so if we move to another topic,
Yes.
which is a cultural shock.
Mm-hmm.
What things, when you arrived here, on your culture, like it was a very reverse, like completely surprising on
Yes.
your end?
Before I answer the culture shock, let me share a story, a very embarrassing story that happened to me. So I was driving from Indianapolis to Chicago, first time. I've never driven. So I said, let me go to Chicago because that's where I landed. I left a bag there. So I said, let me go drive there. Indianapolis and Chicago, it's about maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, somewhere there.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yes. So I hop on the road I'm driving. I get to the toll gate. A toll gate, guys, it's a place where they allow any other, people coming from either another state to enter into another state. So there's technology there. So that was the first technology I was hit with. So I get to the toll gate. I don't know what it is. Remember, I'm coming from Africa with my ignorance. So I get there. I don't know what a toll gate is. So I park. I'm like, when are they going to open for me? Why is this place? There is nobody here. And they're expecting us to. How am I? So, and remember, I don't have quarters. I don't have anything. So
Uh-oh.
I get there. I park. I'm waiting. I caused so much traffic behind. So much traffic, guys. And then after some hoot, they start hooting now. Beep, beep, beep. I said, I don't know what to do here. I really don't know. So what happens? Another guy from behind comes and then he comes and knock on my car. He's like, excuse me, can I help you? Do you have quotas to put in there? I'm like, quotas? What are quotas? Because I don't know, quotas. I don't know what are quotas. What are quotas? Then I said, no, I don't have. She says, okay, let me go get some for you in the car. So she went and got quarters. Then she puts them for me. And then I'm saying, what is she doing? She's putting, what is happening? So I was supposed to put something there. And I don't know. Guys, I was so embarrassed. I don't know how I can explain how I felt. That was my first technology to hit me. First, it's a culture shock, but I just wanted to share that story a little bit because it's very funny. And that's how I said, yeah, I said, thank you so much. I didn't know. She's like, oh, no, 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 that's okay. When I looked back, oh my God,
Uh-oh.
there were so many cars waiting. And that's how that pen opened and I passed. Guys, oh, I don't know. Leave a comment here. What should I have done? Because I did, maybe EBM tell me, what should I have done?
When you do not know, there is nothing you can do. You did it the right way. They ask you the question, you say no. The worst part, you say yes, and what you do not know, you say no, you don't have the code. And they help you to say thank you, I didn't know, you were honest on that. But the good thing is, this is what the tolerance is when someone is happening. It's not a big deal. You didn't know,
Yes.
it's okay, whatever. But
Mhm.
sometimes in Africa, we do not know what we are doing. If any foreigner comes there and make a mistake, we laugh. Like
We
we say,
laugh,
yeah, but we do
we
not know
laugh
how
so
that
bad,
is.
and we talk so bad about that person because we
Yeah,
think
but we
it's
assume like, oh,
automatic.
you are American, you are what, you have to know this. This is, but you do not know how that negative is going to impact someone. But
Yes.
just assume all those people start laughing at you. What
Can
will
you
happen?
imagine? But that was so. Anyway, let me go back to your question. I just wanted to clear that one and share with you
That is,
because
yeah, that
it
is.
was very embarrassing. And guys, I was new, so it was embarrassing. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so one of the culture shock that I saw is most people here they don't travel outside. They don't know about so many things outside United States. I was shocked. I said, have you even, maybe some haven't even gotten maybe on a plane going to another state? That was really shocking for me. I couldn't believe it. And some of them, they don't even think of going to see another world. They don't even want to see it. that part I was a little bit shocked. The other culture shock I had was when I went to the beach. I found people the way they were dressed. I had not seen that before, especially here in California, at
Yep,
Hermosa Beach, or one of
yep,
guys. I mean, they are just like that. Some of them, nothing literally on their body. I was like, please, can someone cover them or something like that? So that's just one of them. It was really a shock for me. And the other thing is not so much that I had so many, culture shock, because I also lived in South Africa, especially where you get familiar with things. So not so much shock that I got, apart from, just few technologically that shocked me, of course. There were things that I didn't know, self-service things like that. For example, what I went through at that time. Now in Zambia, maybe you guys have self-service things. That shocked me here when I came. But you have to learn to know exactly where you're going. It's you have to know some things before you get there, especially here in the United States, so that you don't get shocked, or you don't get saved when you go there. Yeah. So those are some of the few
yeah.
culture shock I faced. Yeah.
Speaking of self-service in Africa, yeah, sometimes it's very interesting. The crazy one, which I didn't think about it, but when I've been traveling there, so you go to supermarket, you are going to get some stuff, and you find someone is just walking behind you. Someone is working. What's
Yes.
going on? Like, do you think I'm going to steal? Like, for me, like, I seem like everybody's going to steal. They're like, that way for me,
Yes.
like, I call it reverse culture shock, because here, you just go and get whatever. But
Yes.
most of the big supermarkets, like, they have so many stuff, they have nothing to do. They just,
Yes.
like, walk around you while like, okay.
And that
Just,
was uncomfortable. Yes, even me.
yeah, like,
It was
for me,
really
like, you are
uncomfortable.
assuming that I'm going to steal. Like, no. Like,
But they want to help you. What size do you want? And they're,
I don't
very,
want,
very,
like, give, if I want,
give
I'll
me,
find you. Like,
just leave me alone.
yeah, so those are the very
And
interesting
I
things.
think the other culture shock, people here are very kind, guys. They are really
Yeah,
kind. They showed me how to be kind to people, how to give. I was giving, but not giving the way it is. But they are very, they have a heart,
generous. Yeah.
and that heart and giving and kindness, it is taught from when they are in kindergarten, guys.
And also, just to say I'm sorry.
Yes.
In Africa, we are so stubborn. Like, someone to say I'm sorry, it can be
No.
another war.
Yeah, they are even fighting. Say sorry. Say sorry. You tell me sorry.
It's very interesting, like where we come from, like, and
Yes.
now we see like this one. So for me, like to say I'm sorry now is not a big deal, but back in the day, you feel like you have surrendered. Like, I'm not surrendering. Like, no, it's not a war. This one, we are not fighting. Just say I'm sorry. Life continues.
Yes. And even fathers to tell their son that I love you. That was a culture shock here, because very in Africa, parents, they don't know how to share that. Even to hug their son, I love you, and to say I love you. No. That
Yeah,
was a shock.
yourself. I mean, for women in Africa, it's easier for them to tell their parents "I love you" than men.
Yes.
Like in our generation.
Yes.
For me, I've never, and I will never do that. To say my
Yes.
mother, I love you, my father, I love you. Okay, so what's going on in your mind?
Yes, that's what they
like,
would.
like it's just a strange thing. Even like
Mm-hmm.
myself, like even if right now I go to my, like I was in September in Tanzania,
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to hug my mother or whatever. It's just
You
it's
still
like
can't do it, huh?
I cannot just, yeah, because if I do, like it's
And
strange.
I
Like,
think she would be surprised to say, "What's wrong with you?"
yeah, like, are you going to die or something? So when I got married, so we went with my wife. Like, I said, we are going there. Don't start getting going. Huggies my mother, hug my father. Like, so but one day she hugged me. Yeah, I'm sorry. She hugged my father. Like, I said, it's okay. I said,
It's
yeah,
I
but like for me,
know.
I cannot go and do that. Like, but for my children, I do. I love you. Or like one day I can say it 100 times. But
Yes.
how I grew up, even now in Tanzania or in Kenya, in Uganda, in Zambia, Malawi, wherever, all the kids now, they do that because it's a new generation.
It's a new generation.
Yeah,
Now
so
they
the
are
parents
comfortable.
now, they do is a normal thing, whatever. But while we were kids, we didn't. I cannot call him, oh, I love you.
No.
Did you? Is it the wrong number or something?
Or that to tell him that I'm missing you. You can't.
Yeah, no, I'm not missing you anything. It's just like, oh, how was it? You just talking. Life continues. That's how it is. Yeah, it's very interesting, but it's very cool type of life we had.
Yes.
If we look back.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I have this question and I want
Yes.
you to explain.
Yeah.
I usually tell people that the purpose is not just to go to America. The purpose is not just to go to Canada, to go to Australia, to New Zealand, to UK, to Germany, whatever. But how are you going to excel in those countries?
Yes.
And in order to go there and excel, there are things you have to pay attention very early on, and there are mistakes which you needed to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
At the time you are coming, there were no YouTube videos of this nature.
No.
At the time you are coming, myself, there are no social media. You can go and just, let me Google about it. Let me go on Instagram, ask a person, what is the flight ticket? What about this one? So we didn't have all these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But what if right now someone asks you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You have been for 20 years in America.
Yeah.
I'm coming in America. I have won the diversity visa lottery, or I'm coming as a student.
Yes.
What things should I avoid?
Mm-hmm.
And what things should I pay attention in order to succeed here in the United States? What would be your advice?
Very good question. You have to be very cautious. And you have to be very cautious. There is always a saying that you need to hang around with people that can elevate you. You need to be around with people that will show you things. You can tell that where you are hanging around with people are not productive. I'll give you an example. They are just drinking. They have these jobs that are low and they are comfortable with these jobs. Guys, America is not for you. Excuse me, you come from Africa, all the way you get on the plane, you pay. How much do you pay? You come here and you start working with just a low job with all these opportunities around here. I mean, that is just something that you can tell when you see people around you, they are comfortable with such jobs. I'm not saying not everybody would be, I want to go to school, I want to go, but at least you can notch up your scale and get, because there's so many opportunities. So you can tell from the people that you are around with. Look for people that will advise you. Look for people that will enhance you. YouTube is one of the resources right now that you can utilize. EBM is one of them. My channel is one of them. There are other channels. That's the reason we have right now, with the introduction of internet, YouTube, and these internet resources, it's very good because you can just check something out. So that's what I would advise you. Be careful with the people you hang around. And those that you're hanging around, they can convince you not to progress. I'm telling you, I've seen this from experience. So make sure you can differentiate yourself. You can hang around with everybody. I'm not saying you should stop. You can still hang around with, but at your conscience, you can say, I also need to hang around with people who can what? Elevate me, people who I can benefit more, people that can teach me things. Because sometimes we don't know. I always talk about a blue rope. We don't know that we need to look for a blue rope, because a blue rope, that's the one you're going to use to climb up. So you have to be looking for the blue rope. Have you seen the blue rope? And what is the blue rope? Blue rope is your resources. Blue rope is how you're going to get from one place to another. Blue rope is everything for you here in America. Keep looking for that blue rope when you come in here. Of course, there's a period when you are trying to stabilize yourself. And sometimes myself, I was ignorant for 10 years. I didn't even know that I can start going to school. I spent all that time, guys, just seated working in this job that I had. You can ask me, what would you have done? You didn't know. Yes, I didn't know, but I woke up later on. But for you guys, that's where we are here, to educate you, to tell you that the first time you step that foot here in United States, guys, it's game on. Don't even waste time. Look for your blue rope. Every time you wake up, have a list. What's my blue rope today? What am I gaining? What video am I watching today that is going to enhance me? Knowledge that I want to know. So I always tell people to use YouTube very wisely. Having a phone for your child, for yourself, a computer, it's very important, but use it wisely to enhance your life and your children around you.
That's a very, very good advice because now people don't need to have any excuse because everything's there.
Yes.
You just come and implement. I can give an example. There is one guy from Ghana last month arrived in the United States.
Yes.
He won the DV lottery. So within the first week, he called me.
Yes.
And I asked him before he called, can I record? So I recorded that phone call. So I talked to him. So he said, before I got into the plane to come to the United States,
yes,
I took a notebook. I wrote everything I'm supposed to go to do.
Yes.
And I just watch your channel and I wanted to duplicate most of the things which I know they are guaranteed someone can be able to do.
Yes.
So within the first week of being in the United States, he already got because you come with the green card lottery as a winner, you can just apply for Social Security. He had his social. He already went to apply to join the U.S. Navy. And by joining the U.S. Navy, when before you graduate, because training is 8 weeks, the 6th week you become a U.S. citizen. So within the first 2 months of being here, he can sponsor his parents to get a green card. By being in the military, after 90 days, you are allowed to buy a house.
Yes.
Because you qualify, you're active duty. Yeah. So he said, like, I want to do because I don't have time to play around. So that is the advantages when you use your internet wisely.
Yes.
That means you don't need to follow exactly to do that, but just to know that, okay, so I'm arriving there, I don't need to have 5 credit card. Okay. Or I have to wait for 4 years to know what is a credit card and to know credit score. What does it mean? So all the things like you need to know from the beginning, even to know how to buy a house. Even if you're not going to buy from day one, you know. But if the end goes to buy a house, I need to have a good credit score. I need not to have this job and quit next week. That is inconsistency. Yes. So you need to know for sure, how do I excel from one job to another? How can I move? How can I? So all those kind of things, like, is better to know and write them down. These are the resources, these are the tools, these are the things I needed to go and to be able to accomplish them. So you gave a very good, just like to remind people on all those kind of things to do that.
Yes.
If I want to, first of all, to remind people to make sure that they go to subscribe to your YouTube channel. I posted over and over on the comment. If you look on the comment, I pinned the first comment, but also even right now they say subscribe to Girls STEM USA YouTube channel, and the link is over there. In the description of this video, there is a link. Please go and subscribe YouTube channel. What you are going to get from this YouTube channel, number one, is yourself to be able, even if you don't have a child, your comment can destroy someone's future. Someone can be say, you to become a scientist? That's impossible. Just by saying that one to a child who is not yours, you might destroy someone's future. If you don't have nasty things to say, just keep quiet.
Yes.
So this is a place where you'll be able to learn on how you to be a parent, you to be a brother, you to be an aunt, you to be an uncle. Yourself, because there is one lady here, she's from South Africa. She's an engineer. She says she's watching from South Africa. Let me find the She's here. I think it's
Wow.
a girl. I don't know, it's a girl or a guy. So I say, wow, thanks EBM for hooking up with the Girl System USA. I'm a young chemical engineer here in Africa with
Yes.
desire to grow my career in America. I'm inspired and have subscribed to her YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you so much, Inkompilo.
So that is like you can be able to go and look. So what we usually do, like usually tell people,
Mhm.
you are engineer, you have to find YouTubers who are talking education purposes, and
Yes.
also I'm talking education in general, but you are expert in STEM. Here you'll be able to see there are hundreds of guests. They are talking about their stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gain when you go to this YouTube channel. You'll be able to get that one, to get someone's story. How did they become engineers? That would be
Yes.
number one.
Mm-hmm.
But also you can get also some opportunities. I post here and there, but here is more dedicated to that particular area. So that is something you'll be able to go and learn from her. How to find jobs,
Mm-hmm.
how to find internships in the field of science and technology.
Yes.
How do immigrants can excel from one position to another in the field of science and technology?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things I want you to go and subscribe and to be able to do that. There are people, I usually tell people, yes, you can find Americans talking about science and technology, but it's not immigrant. That American didn't eat buka buka or mige buka. The
Yes.
experience is different.
Yes.
There are Americans who talk about green card. Yes, they can talk about that, but they do not know there's pressure you have to appear at the US embassy. For them, they're
Mm.
Americans. They can go to any embassy in the world and they are confident they can go with a flip flop and get the visa. But you cannot go with a flip flop and just without even to the US embassy. You'll be scared yourself to do that mistake.
Yeah.
Is it allowed? But so for me, you to have to follow a YouTube channel of immigrant is more important because you share a certain type of lifestyle and the person was in your shoes at one point. So that's why you needed to subscribe to most of these YouTubers, especially immigrant YouTubers. They are very, very helpful because they went through the lifestyle or kind of the situation we have been together. So that is something I want you to subscribe. Up to now, we have like 46 people on right now watching right now. So I want you right now, all 46 people, to go and subscribe to be part of the new members of her YouTube channel.
Yes.
First of all, so she says she's a girl. I assumed that the name is a girl. So, but let us. Oh, why did I assume that? So I assumed you well. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. Thanks so much. To say
Mm.
okay. Then raise his own. Say, Mr. EBM, try also to find someone who is expert in an IT industry or computer and tech industry who is also not native American, but also successful in the field of IT, tech, and computer science. Don't worry. She knows so many people, so she'll be
Yes.
hooking me up with a lot of
No
people
problem.
from,
I'll
yeah,
hook you up. I have them a lot. If you go on my
yeah,
channel, there's a lot of engineers, a lot that I've interviewed: IT, software engineers, chemical
yeah,
engineers, manufacturing,
yeah.
quality, thousands of, a lot of them.
I'm planning to interview. There is one Tanzanian
Yes.
has lived in the US for over 40 years. He's the one was a program manager of Microsoft. When the window design of the window, he was one. Was the program manager. He doesn't speak very good Swahili because he left very, very young and he's from Indian background, but he's a very nice person. Yeah. So I'm going to interview him.
Yes.
And also there is one neuroscience, whatever medical doctor. There is one Tanzania. He's young like me.
That's STEM right there. That's
yeah. So
STEM.
that guy, he went to Harvard, from Tanzania to Harvard, and he was the head of department of one university in East Coast. Now he's in Emory University in Georgia. He moved there, so he's at the top. Like, yeah. But the guy is very, very humble. Cannot even know. Like that's I like to see these people. Like they're humble. They're nice people.
Yeah.
They're doing great things. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll keep bringing the guests in all the areas. I've already interviewed a couple of registered nurses, so we'll be
Yes.
bringing guests in every aspect. So let me find someone is asking Kevin Mathili, EBM so much. How about opportunities about scholars for footballers? Please, we need links. Much love from Kenya. So this is how it is. There are what we call sports scholarships, but it is a little bit different from normal scholarships. Normal scholarships is easy, is academic. If you are overseas, remember here when they do sports scholarship, a coach is going to high school to recruit people. So they see what you do, the recruiters, they come there to see you, to recruit you to go to that particular university. So if you want to do that, you need to create some sort of documentary.
Yeah.
You have to create a lot of videos because you are there to convince this person to take either to fly to your country or to trust the videos you have been able to share. That's what you can be able to say. It's not about resume. You know, I'm a footballer from Machakos in Kenya. We don't care about that. They want to see the videotapes. That's how they do. So that will be able to start as a good help for you to do that. So you can apply. So you have to look which schools. And when you say football, you are talking about soccer in America. They don't call football because football they play with NC, American football. So to be, you say soccer scholarships. So you have to find which universities have soccer programs, good soccer programs, which they can have more students in that particular scholarship. Then you have to write to the coach and sending the links of all the videos, not taking that with your techno. You have to create a very good one. Find someone is a professional to record you, to take things in slow motion. When you take a pen, so they are going to look to make that decision based on that, because that's your resume. They're not going to take you based on your academic. They're taking from sports. I can give you an example. There is one person is called Hashim Thabit. He's Tanzanian.
Yes.
Unfortunately, didn't do well in NBA. He was, after Yao Ming retired from NBA, he became the tallest person in NBA here. That kid used to play soccer, but unfortunately, he was 7 feet tall at that time at the age of high school.
Wow.
So there are a couple Americans who were in Tanzania and some were in Kenya. So they saw him. But he said, why are you playing soccer? So one of his teachers, first of all, convinced him to start playing basketball. They said, there's no a soccer player who's 7 feet tall. So later, that guy started playing. So there are some Americans, they saw potential. And said, you're just starting lane. So they brought him to play at the University of Connecticut, UConn, the best basketball in America. He played the first foundation, so he studied like a foundation program. Then he was there. He was this 2 times the defensive player of NCAA.
Wow.
But when he was drafted to, he was number 1. He was the same class with the Steph Curry. He was the same year, 2008. He was the same class with Brett Griffin. So the first person to be number 1 pick was Brett Griffin. The second pick was Hashim Thabit from Tanzania.
Wow.
But the mistake, he was drafted by Memphis Grizzlies, where they have the best defensive player, so he was not given the minutes. So later, Black went to different teams here and there. He played with even OKC, he played with the Rockets, Houston. Then he was overseas before the pandemic. Then he's now back. He's playing in one of the G League team, but he's going to be back. He's 7'4" tall. That guy. He's extremely, extremely tall. And he's still young. He's like now, I don't know. He's just like now
how old is he?
Now he'll be like 20 something. He's not that old. I mean, he is. I mean, let me show you. That is the guy. See when he's just standing.
Wow, yes.
You are talking, the other guys are tall, but when they're here with him, so now he's in he played with Thunder. That is when he's in University of Connecticut.
Yes.
He was the number 2 pick. James Harden, the James Harden you see, was number 3.
Wow.
So you just want to know like how great this guy was. Yeah. So this is when we are talking about. This is the day of his draft. So, but you have to have the videos. They cannot trust. So this is the day on the draft to see how tall he was, and that he was about 20.
Wow. He's really tall. Wow.
Yeah. So that is Hashim Thabit. Yeah. So this he played with Kevin Durant. He played like so.
He's from Tanzania.
He's Tanzanian. Yeah.
Wow.
So then one day he went to Tanzania, and no this. So just this is just like see like when we're talking about other players like Westbrook is tall, but see like when they are with him, this is I think is Ibaka whatever they are in. So the guy is tall. When we say he's tall, we mean he's tall.
Wow.
So this is when he was after being drafted, he went to meet with the president of Tanzania. It was time President Kikwete. President Kikwete is tall. Is also like 6 feet tall. Yeah. So that is just I'm just saying. What you need to do is you need to have something. To have like you need to have photos, videos, like to prove yourself, people, because that's the social media. What do you post on social media? If that coach is going to follow on social media, they see you just having a beer and just drinking all the time. They're not going to take that risk.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So if you're going to want to be a soccer player, I mean, you need to have a profile of a soccer player.
Yeah, you need to sell yourself. You need to make sure you can sell yourself.
Yeah. So that is just want to make sure that you understand. Yes, you can, but those scholarships are different because the tradition people go to recruit the players, but you are overseas, so you need to have a very good like portfolio, videos, pictures, all those kind of things to be able to guide you on those kind of application.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, I will find the person who's making a comment about the neurosurgeon, whatever the scientist. Okay. I will bring him and let you know. Okay, you have subscribers here already. Some of the people have just subscribed.
Wow, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
you are the best.
It's from Nakuru, Kenya.
Yes.
Okay. What life challenges did you face in your studies, balancing work, studies, and just the real life?
Wow, that's a good question. So let me answer the question, or let me go to the solution. So when you get to the university, what you do is this: there are resources that will help you succeed. You have to be very alert. So what I did was I engaged myself into this program. It's called AIMS program. This program assists the minority guys, the minority, to help them in terms of tutor. If you know how it's not that all the time I was getting A's. I'll be lying, guys. I have to be real on this channel, because you also gonna go through the same, including American students. We all were going through hard time. Engineering, sometimes it's not that easy. You need some push on you, so at least a tutor or things like that. So this program was offering tutors. So they would get students either who get A's in among the College of Engineering, and particularly team up with you. So instead of the professor just talking there, guys, this person will be going through every detail at your pace. That's how American students are able to succeed, guys. So it's not something you can be scared of. So there are programs there that will help you. Yes, I did have challenges of course, trying to get my A's, my B's, but there were programs that support that, tutors that would help you. You go and sit with that tutor one-on-one, explain to me how the professor was explaining about this problem. So that was one of them. I really, really had a very good experience. And the other one challenge I also was like, you're going to the university, you're like, you are scared. How is it going to be like? Am I going to be comfortable? How will be? So that was my challenge, but it's a challenge that got solved. When I got there, I went into this program, guys. I was very comfortable. They receive you well, they talk to you, they usher you, they tell you about the programs around the school, especially university colleges. Guys, they will tell you everything. They will usher you. What are the resources that you need? How can you be successful? Do you need a tutor? Here is the tutoring room. It's not like back home. I remember, even asking a professor, they'll be sulky sometimes, but here they're so patient with you. This is, if you just want to pass, you just want to get all your grades in United States, you have that privilege. So those are some of the opportunities that I had. And then when it comes to work balance, specifically in engineering, you really have to be very, very careful. You have to plan, because when you are as an engineering student, there is no playing, guys. You have to go straight full throttle, work, 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 work. 4 years, 3 years, okay, 2 years at community college, and 2.5 years to 3 years at the university. That's a short time for you to put off all your playing stuff that so you don't focus on school. So but that was the balancing up life. And also I was working as a research. Remember, I told you I was working as a research, so I was really quite busy and I enjoyed it. It's either I'm doing research, or also that was part of my work, or I'm studying. So that's how I did it. Of course, I had free weekends where I can relax, go see my friends. That's normal, but not that playing where you want to forget that you are a student. I didn't have that luxury. But other than that, that's how I balanced my lifestyle, studies, and also until I finished. That was really a good question, because that's what most people struggle with. But it's doable. You plan, and just remember that there is no time that you can sit without doing anything. Every time is very important to you. Either you are looking at a paper doing something, or you relax for 10 minutes. You have to time yourself, because there's a lot of work that you have to do.
And to add one last thing on that, there is no shame to ask for help.
No.
So just if you need help, just go and ask.
Mm-hmm.
They are not going to bring to you if you don't want it. You have to want it. And
Yes.
the resources are there. They will announce that the resources are there. And you are the one. They are not going to, teacher will not force you, go to find a tutor. No. We'll say, we have these resources, and you to go yourself to go to get the resources.
Yes.
There is another very good comment / question from Baton Shisoni. Hi,
Yes.
EBM. I'm Ugandan watching from Abu Dhabi. I'm so much inspired about our guests, which means my 13-year-old daughter can do that because she loves mathematics so much among her subject in ordinary level.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, what a good that also inspires me. When I hear that, inspires me. She has a good future. She has a good future. Tell her she has a very good future, and technology has evolved tremendously. The world at large, including United States and other countries, will need a lot of engineers, guys. Pump those kids into science and technology. And guess what I want to tell you guys? These careers are very lucrative. I am not going to tell you, but Google. Just get on Google and Google how much these engineers get paid.
To add on that, let me keep more emphasis. People have been looking, oh, I want to go this country, want to go this country. These countries want to develop. They want to excel. So in order to excel, they give priority to people from STEM. These countries are not built by sociology and political science. They are built by science and technology and engineering. So STEM is the one building it. So that's why, even when let's say, oh, about there is opportunity to go to Canada and you get permanent residence of Canada right away through express entry. But deep down, the fine line is which professions are given priority. Engineers, IT, doctors, lawyers, whatever, but mostly like science. They're not going to give priority to someone you study cooking. Yes, you might get, but the person who has a degree in electrical engineering will be given higher priority and more points. And the payment of someone with a bachelor degree in electrical engineering is more than someone with a PhD in political science. In case you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, on this science and technology, you can go even in Sweden and work because it's science. But you cannot go and become a social worker because you have to talk to people. So science, as long as you know to code, I'm giving example, you code. They don't care what language you use, but coding to make develop website, develop something, those are science. There is a science language. Doesn't matter where you are, but you cannot go to Sweden and become a social worker. How are you going to counsel someone or to give the services? It's become difficult. So for people who have this kind of background, just keep finding there are so many opportunities. And coming up, we are going to team with you and we'll keep posting more videos and resources about internships, jobs, volunteering opportunities in these particular areas.
So, they are looking for people. And remember, not only smart people go to do engineering, and that's where we got it wrong, guys. Are you with me? Most people think, oh, only those smart who get A's go. In United States, as long as you have a 3.0 GPA, you enter into engineering. And guess what? In engineering, we don't only need Elon Musk's. No, we need anyone, because there are so many positions that we want to fill in every category. We don't need Elon Musk only in those positions. That's why they need a lot of engineers, they need scientists, they need a lot of people, and especially universities that EBM talk about scholarships. Guys, in this field, these schools, they want you. Like, oh my goodness. So that's why you need to make sure you can usher your kids, prepare them. On my channel, I talk about those things that you can discuss inside the house, guys, to encourage girls to pursue science, technology, and boys. And also, I talk about things that you can discuss outside, things that you can talk about outside. You don't have to be an engineer or a scientist to discuss STEM to your child. You can still talk about those. On my channel, I talk about how can you talk about. I will give you a few things. When you get outside, talk about the skyscrapers. Who made those skyscrapers? How were they made? You see people walking, they've got masks. Oh, why there is an outbreak? So are there people preparing for vaccines? Who prepares for vaccines? Who studied to become people who develop vaccines? Right now, the person who developed a Moderna vaccine, guys, it's an African American person, a woman. Talk about that to a girl. Talk about it. Outside, discuss so many things. Take your child to an airstrip. Take your child to a power plant. How is power plant made at the dam? Do you have a dam where they generate electricity? Take your children there. There are so many things you can do outside. Inside the house, create an environment where you can have a kid can have a computer, can have a phone. Guys, these gadgets are okay for kids. Control them. You can just control them. Teach them how to be a resourceful on YouTube and know exactly what to look for. Not just music and everything, but education things. So on my channel, I talk about all those things, guys. It's doable.
And there are some of the kids show. I can give you example. If you go, there is a show from these guys are from Australia. They're called Wild Crats.
Yes.
They're brothers, Martin and another guy, whatever. That show is biology classification, but it's in a cartoon. So they when they started the show, they just look like normal, and then they turn to be a cartoon. So they can describe all types of alligators, every scientific name. My Claire at the age of 4 can describe even a frog of any kind. They do not know that they are doing biology.
Thank you.
For them, it's just a TV show.
Yes.
So that's how, I mean, like there are those kind of show of that type of nature. So it depends what type of show. That is the most important thing. I wanted to just show on the screen here. That show is called Wild Crats.
Wild Crats, yes.
Crats is their name. So it's called is a PBS kids show. So so if you go to this show, let me go if the image, if they will come. So what it comes is just like, so is their brothers, so they have like, so it's just like a very big show, so they can explain if they are talking
Wow.
about it like something, they give the original name, how it is made, everything, like boom. So these are those brothers, like, but they, when they're starting talking, they turn to be a cartoon. So in the show they have live, and then they turn to be a cartoon of themselves.
That's interesting.
So if they talk
Wow.
about shark, they talk in detail. And I've never seen any kid who doesn't like this show. It's the coolest show, but it's biology classification.
Wow.
So
That's
these
really
are, I can give you the example of the show of that. Like, so they can travel to, like, we went to the zoo. The zoo, like, they start to talk about the penguin. There are I didn't know that even penguin, even in warm water,
yes.
there are different, like, Craig Bennett. Oh, this is they see the pictures. This is the difficult name they mentioned. Like, how do you know that? Oh, Martin and whatever they talked about in Wadicrats. So, okay, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
So there is one person say watching for my 20-year-old son who is doing computer science at the university here in Kenya. I pray one day he will land in the United States. Very encouraging.
He will.
Yeah.
Trust me. They will need a lot of engineers. They really need them. They going for PhDs. Remember, EBM talks about scholarships. Wherever he finishes at university, there he can still come and continue pursuing STEM over here or any other country and get scholarships. Guys, this career is dope. That's all I can say.
Sarah Kukiriza say, my son finished the 12th grade. He performed well. Wants civil or engineering. Any chance of community college scholarship, please? I will talk about that in the other videos. Someone related to that is saying education is very expensive in America. Yeah, it's very expensive because it's a quality education.
Very.
So for that particular case, we talk about scholarships. So one of the things, for people who do not know, if you go to the EBM scholarships.com is my site, one of my. So I that's what we talk about. People, I usually tell people, yes, now I can get paid on YouTube, but the purpose of making this one, I did when I started doing what I'm doing, YouTube was not born yet.
Yes.
This used to be a blog. It used to be called Makurilo blogspot.com. I created this blog in 2007. I was second year at the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So sharing scholarships and all these opportunities I started doing before YouTube started.
Wow.
So here I have this book, which you can see, which is here. If you click this book, you click this link, it will take you to here on this link. And if you go on that link, you can read it there. You can either watch the video I'm talking about this book.
Yes.
But also, if you click here, you can download. You can click here, you can download the link. You click here, it takes you to this one. Even if this book is called the PhD scholarships, the first 40% of this book is talking about scholarships in general. Whether you're applying in Europe, whether you're applying in America, it doesn't matter. Whether you're applying bachelor's, master's, PhD, the information are here. Then the rest of the book is going to talk about specific links of different programs. So if you use PDF, you click download, then you'll be able to download the PDF book. This book is over 450 pages. It is free of charge. So don't bring to me, I don't get the scholarship. Oh, to get this one. No, I don't want to hear anything.
Yes.
So it says PhD, but you don't need to have PhD to apply for PhD. But I'm giving you an example. Let's say for people who are applying for PhD, we are talking about STEM. So let me go on some of the pages. So let me go on the table of content, and you'll be able to see what I mean. So table of content, I'll be talking so many things here, but you'll be able to see how to apply whatever. But profiles of scholarships, and so from page number 98, that is where I started to post some of these scholarship. So if you go on these pages, so you'll find different scholarships. So I'm giving example. So I will be posting, for instance, at here, I said maybe PhD in music. So I will list all universities which have PhD in music.
Yes.
So because we are talking about STEM, I want just to give example of the STEM, what programs of the STEM. So let's go and find just let's say find like programs in this will be still in music in Stanford, whatever. So let's go. I want to just give you a quick look. You understand what do we mean by so all this scholarship I posted here is a guarantee. When you apply, you get admission, you'll be guaranteed 100% to be given scholarship.
Yes.
So this is School of Business. So let me go to some of the anthropology. That anthropology still. This is engineering. I see quick here. So I want just to give you example. So biomedical. So let me give you example of engineering.
For STEM, yes.
Yeah. So all these are
all these are STEM.
yeah. So I want to go a little bit up here so that I want to show you. So when I say biomedical, so you find all universities in this type of engineering, they are there. I just want to give quick people to understand. Okay. One sec. So for instance, so this is when you come here, for instance, it say PhD programs in biomedical engineering in USA. So for instance, Cornell University, I give you the link of the university. If you click the link, it will take you direct to that particular scholarship. That's number one. But also, I give you the snapshot, like what do they mean. So if you go on the financial aid, it says all PhD students are fully funded.
Whoa.
So as long as you apply, you get admission. If you get admission, you are fully funded. And okay, so for instance, the program is this one. They tell you when to apply, the qualification I put there. It's a guarantee program. You'll be given scholarship up to 6 years. It's a guarantee you'll be able to have this one. Research area, everything is there. How to apply, blah, 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 blah. It's finishing. Then another university of the same program, Duke, is there. Link is there. When you apply, what are the requirements are there. You need to have minimum 3.2, which is the normal GPA here in America if you start. Yeah. John Hopkins, they have the same. So it's just like that way. Let me give you, you are talking about, let's give, for example, mathematics. Let me find and say mathematics. Let me give program in so these are, for instance, just wait. So these are the PhD in mathematics, fully funded PhD programs in mathematics in USA.
Wow.
Baylor University. If you get it, they will give you up to 22,000 that amount. So Texas Life to get, you are going to get nearby $2,000 per month to study in Texas. The qualifications are here. You will receive 5 years financial support. It's a guarantee. If you want to continue 7th year, which obviously majority are not, they're not going to pay for that. Cornell is that way. So all these are universities, is a guarantee. All full-time students for this program, you receive scholarship. So what you needed to do is just apply and you make sure you meet the requirement. So you go to Pennsylvania.
And just to mention, there are few people that are in this career. So the chances that you'll be accepted are really very, very, very high. People should know that.
So this is what I'm doing. Like, all these. So this will be, all these are mathematics. Stanford is a guarantee. December 10 is the deadline, which we have 5 days left to apply for this one. That is to apply at Stanford. Boom. Syracuse is that way. So if you want, I want maybe physics. I'm giving example. You just go and try to look like if it's there. Like, but I put almost the programs in every type of engineering. So there are so many things you can be able to apply and be able to get. See, if you search by you, that kind of things, you'll be able to get all these opportunities around. So that is biomedical.
And EBM, I wanted to also add that once you come for those PhDs or you come for those school here in United States, the chances of being given a chance to work here are very, very high, guys. Can you imagine? So you're in Africa, you've finished, you've done your diploma or you've done your whatever, you come here. Once you finish, for example, you get a scholarship, you finish, you also are given a chance to work here. The government gives you a chance to work here for, I think, 3 years. Is that 3 years EBM or what?
First of all, once you have PhD, like in engineering, you are allowed to apply for what is called, you can apply for green card based on education.
Thank you.
Because there are very limited number
that,
of people.
That opportunity is right away.
Yeah, because it's a job where not many Americans are there.
No.
So that is something you need to know. So there are so many things which are there, like you can be able to apply. So there is, sky's the limit, and is it free? This book is free. So don't bring like, oh, I don't get it. Is it free over there? Try to enjoy this free, because from January 2022, I'm planning to start selling it. So if you don't want to read it, go. I mean, I've put it for free for enough time. So it's up to you. Okay, let's go quickly because we have been here for almost 2 hours, so we have to finish now. So let me quickly see. Yeah, so I've already answered that one.
Yes. That's a good question.
Some say, EBM, your book is like a handbook for scholarship because it has all the nitty-gritty required for one to apply successful scholarship.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want people to have excuse, and to avoid those excuses. Remember yesterday I talked to you, which the last question usual I'll tell you about. I want to see your book. 2 books I want from you.
Yes.
I will explain to you what type of books I need from you for you to write.
Yes.
Yeah. So few things like I'm giving example. This will be next year will be a busy year.
Wow.
Okay. It will be a busy year because I'm going to be back and forth producing books like a crazy person. So that will be one of the books for those who want to come to America.
Wow.
The question I ask you, what advice do you give to some people? So this is the advice I'm going to give to some people. So you have been longer than me, so we need to have to see your book too. For those who want to immigrate to Canada, they will be having their own book. For those people who want to go to Europe through scholarships, there will be that book.
Wow. Make sure you let me know. I would share on my channel too. These are very good books.
Talking about scholarships, I mean YouTube, I've been talking about YouTube every single day. So there will be a book about YouTube, especially for Africans. Then there will be a book I've been talking about green card lottery. There will be a book about green card lottery. I've been encouraging people to write books. Just write that damn book before you die. Don't wait for next year. Write a book. So these are the things people should be able to take care of everything in that particular way. Okay. Someone wants to see you can reach me. I don't know. The easy way is here. I'll put the email, but there is no guarantee that I'm going to respond on time, because I receive over 5 to 10,000 comments, messages every single day. So I'm not going, because if you have any question, the easy way, just go. For instance, I'm giving an example. Write EBM Scholars BSc 260. It will give you the answer from EBM Scholars. EBM Scholars, maybe scholarship in America. It will have the answer. But you can, because sometimes people ask, I want your email, and the email they are going to ask you, my case number is this number. When will it be? KCC haven't asked me the BSc. They haven't sent me the email about documents. Just write EBM Scholars KCC or documents. You'll have the answer quicker than waiting for me to respond to the question. Very rare you can ask a question I've never answered. Very, very rare. So the email is there on the comment. I put the email, ebmscholars@outlook.com. So check that email. EBM, you are a great man. Thank you for offering saving above self. You are they profit most who saves best. God bless you. Arthur Kamusime from Uganda, PhD. Thank you so much, Arthur. I really appreciate that. We keep doing, and hopeful few people will be able to benefit from. And we wish people could be able to subscribe, to share these videos, instead of, yes, it's okay to share entertainment, but also let's share the good information. So I'm not going to answer any question from here. I'm going to give you the last, first of all, my last word for you, or the challenge, is to encourage you to continue to do what you are doing. Never stop. Even if you have one view on YouTube, you never know that one person will be the one benefiting.
Wow, thank you so much.
Sometimes as YouTubers, we get caught by getting views and subscribers, and we forget the purpose. Why are you on YouTube? That's the first question on your first call. I ask you, why do you do YouTube?
Yeah.
You didn't say, I want to have more views, more subscribers. That was not your answer.
Yeah.
You have a bigger thing than that one. So, which is easier? To have 1,000 views, but those people, no one is going to take action, or to have 2 views, but those 2 people are going to take action? I will take the 2 people who are going to take action.
Yeah.
So keep doing what you are doing, regardless of the views. Viewers down the road will come, even if it take 5 to 10 years. But those fewer people who are returning subscribers, who are returning viewers, are going to benefit from that. And keep doing. I believe you'll be able to do that. And the challenge I'm going to give you, at least by the end of 2022, you need to have at least 1 book.
Okay.
You need to have 2 books.
I promise to the viewers I'll come back here to testify.
Yeah. One of the books should be about obvious STEM life, whatever it is, anything about STEM.
I'm writing it down, guys.
Another book is supposed to be your life as immigrant in America.
Yes.
Just a memoir, what you have gone through. Just write that damn book before you die.
Yes. No, thank you so much.
In almost every book I write, I usually start with a quotation. I wrote a quotation which says, you don't need to be Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey to inspire people.
No.
You're inspiration to others in so many ways because you are God's masterpiece.
Wow. Wow. That statement, everybody should have it. I need to quote it.
Yeah, so in almost every book I have that one. And to prove that one, when was that? This November 16th, I registered a company, a non-profit organization, and that non-profit organization is called a masterpiece.
Wow.
Why? Because I believe everybody is a masterpiece. So that organization has been incorporated here, and will be also doing the similar things what I'm doing now to encourage others, to make sure that others will be able to succeed.
Amasterpiece.org.
That is the organization.
Wow.
And I know for sure uh, we have so many people, they question themselves about sometimes if what they are doing is a correct thing.
Mm-hmm.
We question ourselves sometimes, or someone you see as a bachelor degree, but despite of having a bachelor degree, that person still can be in Africa or can be in Asia, but doesn't know that there are internships, or you can apply a job and come to work direct to New York. You don't need, you have master's degree, you have 10 years of experience. While you are applying for online jobs or you are waiting for green card lottery, apply to become an international UN officer in New York,
Yeah.
in Switzerland, and all of those places. And that is the logo of a masterpiece.
Wow. Congratulations for that.
So
And just what you do and what's on your channel, EBM, everything benefits humankind, and it's amazing. I am one of your person who have benefited from how to even manage and be successful on YouTube. I first learned from you from Joyce. I saw you on Joyce, and I said, what this man is talking about, it's what I'm looking for. And remember, we were discussing about how you need to look for the blue rope. You will hear the blue rope. How do you find it? By making an effort, looking for it. So I went to Joyce's channel to go look for my blue rope, and I found it. You were talking, I said, this is the person I should be listening to. And after that, guys, I mean, my channel just started flourishing just to listen from his instructions and what he was giving about how to manage your YouTube, resources, and just life in general of coming to the United States, how to sustain yourself here. He has impacted a lot of people. I don't even want to start that story right now because I think it needs its own time and its
exactly.
own video.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So if I may give you the chance to ask you at least one or two questions, if
Yes.
you have.
Wow. I want to ask you one question. Where do you get this drive of encouraging people, because you are so passionate about it? And this teaches us not only in this life of YouTube, your passion and the way you perform your what you do is above any human being. I don't know what I can say. So what really drives you? I think this will also give us, anyone who's watching, how to do it in your life as you try to increase your career or whatever you want to do. So what drives you to be so vigilant in what you do?
That's a very good one. There are a couple of things. Number one, uh, there is that just generosity part of trying to help one another that comes from my childhood upbringing, from my family.
Mm.
I'm number 11 out of 13 children. And my parents have been very central to use religion and just the African culture well to make us support one another as in the family, but also supporting other people. And we have seen like my brothers, my sisters have been, we have what you call the tuition center at our house or at our home. So it's just like when some people after school program or in the holiday, they can come there, you teach them, they pay you, kind of that. But what we do or what I've been doing, sometimes people don't have money. So forget about the money they have been also doing for free. So while growing to that particular culture, it has been that kind to see another person also going to succeed. So we have been competitive, but not competitive to the extent of not wanting another person not to succeed. I give the opportunity and we can compete, we can all win. That's where we come from as a background of growing up as a family. That's one side. But on the other side, I can say myself, being number 11, anything you do, there is nothing new in your family. So that helped me to do something which are impossible, so that it look like cool, because you can get all A's. Oh, your brothers have done, your sisters have done. Like, I'm giving an example. My brothers who are twins, they did a PhD for 1 year. Both of them, like 1 year PhD, and they get all A's. Summa cum laude by doing that. They are becoming full professors, because you know there is associate professor and a full professor.
Yes.
They are becoming full professors at the age of 44, both of them. So my sisters have doctors, whatever. So it's just like, it has been competition of that nature at my at your home. So for me, like, I started teaching people in high school while I was in junior high school.
Wow.
Like, kind of that. I did the high school exam before I've been in high school. I was in Form 4, Form 5. Let me do that exam and test myself. So I passed to go to the university. No, I'm not going. I'm waiting for my exam. So I mean, that is part of it. Is just like, I want to do something bigger, also to compete, like in the family wise, and not to have that identity of being like, oh, you are a young brother of so and so, kind of that. Yeah. So that is another part, like, for me to have that competitive drive in that particular sense. But when that's one of the questions I asked you was, did you want to come to America or you came by accident? That was the question purposely, because there's some people, I just applied for green card lottery for you. You do not know even it's there, and you win. You win by accident.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't plan your dream. So for me, when you go to my book about my life, the first chapter is called The Decision Year. At the age of 13 and 14, around that time, 5th grade and 6th grade, in my hometown of Kigoma, that is when I made a decision that I will live in America. I will marry American, Caucasian to be precisely, and my rest of my life I'll be there. There was no internet, there is nothing, but I had that kind of dream, and that's what I believed, and that's what I worked hard towards that. So, because I had that desire to reach at that particular level, so for me, when I have something good, I want other people also to know that way. So I'm looking for different ways to go overseas, but there are not many people. There was no internet. You get the email of someone sometimes.
Information, yes.
You email someone and that person doesn't respond back. People don't share. And someone you meet, someone has been there, doesn't give you the correct information. So when I was in my second year at the university, first of all, like, when I went to my first year of the university, the first money with the student loan, whatever they give money for school, the university, I took that money and bought the broadband internet and put it in my room.
Wow.
That was 2005. So because I want just to have internet, like, I want to go, like, the day I had that one, I say, there is nothing can stop me to go overseas. So on my second year, I had so many information. That's when I opened the blog. Because I started giving the information, printed some information. Oh, this is a scholarship. People say, oh, if it's true, why are you not there? So I created a blog, started posting, like, other people can be able to do that. But it was not that famous because you were talking and you were still there.
Yes.
So I got my first scholarship to come to America. I was in second year going to my third year. So I'm starting my third year. I'm having a full scholarship to come to America. So the day, first semester, second semester, I'm studying, I have a scholarship to come to America. The day I'm finishing exam on 28th of May 2008, I know on 15th of August I'll be getting to the plane to come to America. So I was so much upset with the people who are already overseas, and some of the friends. You ask, how did you go to America? First of all, I didn't know most of the people in America. Like, they're in Russia or India or other countries. They don't tell you.
No, they want to hide that information.
Exactly. So now I'm that person who was upset with these people who are here and they cannot tell you the truth. And now There are some people wanting to know how to come here.
Yes.
Should I lie to them?
No.
Plus, my background is I know something I can share. I've been raised that way. And you to come to America, you are not going to take my salary. So we're not competing. They're not going to fire my job they give you. If you come here and they tell you become a neurosurgeon and you get a $500,000 salary, that's your money. I didn't study that way. I cannot be jealous of that. I'll be happy because you are going to be a very good example of immigrant in America. You are going to represent Africa. You're going to represent Asia. But I cannot be here and let you go down because of that.
No.
So because I've been having that desire for over a long time, and I've been doing that in over a long time, so that drive is for me to take to the next level. And now what makes me more upset is recently we see a little bit YouTubers who are doing good things. But many African YouTubers were a joke. We are just YouTubers about comedy, about sports, about politics, about celebrity. Please.
Not things that take us ahead in life.
It's very rare to find YouTubers like you talking about STEM. YouTubers talking about real estate. YouTubers talk about buying homes, like investing. There are very few YouTubers who are Africans.
Yes.
That's another thing. That's why I push that YouTubers is Africans. We want to have a medical doctor who is a YouTuber, just like Americans. We want to see a lawyer who is a YouTuber. We want to see those kind of things. So for now, the drive is to see how we can bring positive changes in our lives in Africa. But you don't need to be politicians to make these changes. For me, yes, I could make money, but putting this one for free, there are some people who are going to benefit, a lot of them. By this. For me, to take extra hour, yesterday I slept at 3 a.m.
Yes.
But I made some videos, I haven't posted them there, which I know, I'm sure 1, 2, 3, 4 people will be able to benefit from.
Yeah.
So sometimes, yes, now I'm looking forward down the road to make this as a full-time income based, but it is not driven by income because I started doing YouTube. I started posting blogs before YouTube started, and it's for free. I started teaching tuition for free since 2001, 2002, 2003, before internet started. So yes, now we usually say the rat or the mouse that lives in the church is benefiting eating the Bible.
Yes.
Because if the mouse is in my house, we'll eat the normal books. But if it's in the church, what we eat? We'll eat Bible, we'll eat the bread, whatever. That's benefiting. So now, yes, I'm doing the same thing, but by the end results, yes, I get some money on that.
Yeah.
So, but the driving force is not about the money, it's driving the money.
Yes.
Because whether people are watching, people are not watching, I will continue posting videos. Most of my books, I'm writing the books, I have 11 books now.
Wow.
But some of these books are already for free. Most of these are for free. Or just maybe $2, $1. I don't care whether I sell it or I don't sell it. I don't care because that is not the number one goal. And that's what I tell people when you're writing the book. Leave a legacy. What are you going to bring in? Or when you leave, what are you going to leave on this planet Earth? Money will come down the road.
Yeah.
So that is the driving force. Why I can say I'm writing book, I'm making the YouTube video, I can have a family, I can do all those kind of things because I'm very much motivated and I believe in what I'm doing have impact to positive to people.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry for the long explanation.
No, thank you so much. I'm sure your viewers have really benefited from that's amazing. That just, is inspiring to me. You've been my inspiration, and I really thank you for that and what you're doing. And just know that what you're doing is impacting lives. I'm one of them. You've impacted me. You've made me where I am after watching your videos. And I hope your viewers that are watching here, that they will learn something from it and get impacted and their lives changed, guys. And come on EBM and testify, guys, what you're doing. Show him the love that you have benefited and your life is changing. It's very crucial for us to know that what we're doing is really impacting you guys. And I would like to tell EBM that mine, he has really touched it, and I really do appreciate.
Thank you a lot. So this is going to conclude our live today. Thank you so much, each and everyone. I have posted the link of the free book. You can be able to download it there. So stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, everyone. Remember to share this video to others. They can also benefit. Goodbye.
Goodbye.